Hey Leo, welcome to Key Wisdom. My name is Ruth, and this, my darlings, is your June intuitive reading. Um, my intentions for this reading, well, my intentions for my life are to acknowledge what I'm experiencing, accept reality, and to tell the truth. And that is also my hope and intention for you in this reading today. Now it's intuitive. I don't know what's going to come up, obviously, but the cards are ready, and there's a lot of romance around you. I feel like at the moment, a lot of romantic energy. That's all the cards that I was seeing before the reading began. But we're looking at your experiences. We're looking at acknowledging what you're going to be, what you've been going through, what you're currently going through, what you're currently feeling, and really facing up to and accepting and acknowledging that for you. Okay, so let's start. This is where we're going to be at the beginning of the month. So as we enter, or as you enter, Leo, as you enter the month of June, we've got this energy of the 10 of Wands. Like the depth of, wow. Okay, this is good. Sorry, I'm getting some messages through. Okay, so there's a real depth here of feeling alone and isolated in something. So some of you could definitely well be in relationships or in connections, but there's a real kind of sense of isolation. There's a sense of a real depth of it. It's like really deep down within you that you feel as though something is missing, or something is you're alone in this. That's how it feels, Leo. Let's have a look what's driving this energy. Okay, so what's beneath this energy? We've got the 7 of Swords, and we will clarify this card and all of them. 7 of Swords is trying to avoid a disaster by either by in our communication, by the way that we communicate. So it might be that we keep information in order to avoid a disaster. So this might be you, if you are in a relationship, and I feel like some of you are, this might be some of you not sharing what is felt, and that's why you feel alone. So even before we look at any other energies, what is this saying to you? It's saying to you that we need to acknowledge this, that you need to acknowledge that you're telling yourself that I'm doing this for the best. I'm keeping my feelings and my thoughts on what I'm experiencing, whatever the passion or whatever it is I'm experiencing, I'm keeping that to myself. But by keeping that to yourself, that is in your relationship or in your life, not telling your friend, your family, whatever, that is making you feel extremely isolated. Okay, so think on that. Okay, this is your recent past, where you've been at. Okay, so where you've been at in May, maybe even before May. 3 of Swords. So there's been heartbreak, there's been see, this energy of the 3 of Swords is about being able to see, being able to face up to, being able to acknowledge the pain that's within, the heartbreak that's within, the trauma that's within, that already exists, that has existed. Being able to acknowledge that. So it means that a circumstance or a situation has arisen in the past. There's a clarifying card here. That has arisen in your recent past, and that might have been falling in love with someone new. You might have fallen in love with someone new, and that or be in that relationship and situation, and it's that in itself that's exposing to you the pain that already existed previously. We'll look at that when we clarify. We will clarify all these as well, okay? This is where you're moving into in the month of June. You're moving into the energy of the 7 of Wands. So you're holding on to what you know. You're holding on to what you've learned. This is okay in a sense, because at least you're acknowledging this pain. At least you're acknowledging this feeling of isolation within the relationship or within your life. At least you're not hiding from the fact that you're doing this. You know that you're doing this, or someone else is doing this, but I'm focused on you, but it could be cross-watching. You know your life, apply it. These are the energies. So you're kind of holding on to what you know, but I feel in a sense enthused by that, because at least you know. And it's a process now of working through, okay, this is what I know, and allowing that to kind of eventually impact on your actions. It won't immediately. Okay, and then let's look at and these are the outcomes which we'll look at. We won't get distracted by those now. Okay, I want to clarify. I will clarify them all, but sometimes I'm going to stop talking quickly. I feel like I keep getting an energy up here, but okay. This card is for the base of the reading, actually, and this card wants to clarify the 10. This is the clarify the 10 of wands. Okay, base of the reading, 4 of wands. This is what I wanted on the base of the reading. Beneath that, though, which was the original bit, as you know, is 8 of cups. I appreciate the 8 of cups energy, because it's it's the end of an emotional cycle, i.e. the end of being stuck emotionally, i.e. the awareness of an emotional cycle, the awareness of what we feel. So I feel like there's been a connection, there's been an understanding between what is felt beneath the surface. What is felt, yeah. There's an understanding coming of what is felt, what is thought, how that impacts on your thinking, and then how that impacts on your actions. That's a really healthy foundation for you. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, even though if you look at these cards and think, oh my god, it's like, actually what I can appreciate in this is that you are actually doing something new, Leo, for yourself, or you know, you really are engaging, you really are feeling it, going with it. You know, you're walking through this energy with your eyes open, and even though your head's down in this picture, you are walking through the eyes open. You understand what's going on, you understand what you feel, what you think, how it's affecting your actions, etc. You're feeling isolated. I feel a sense of isolation for those of you that are in relationships, or even not, because you're not expressing it, but you know that you're not expressing it. So you're still, in a sense, dealing with a previous trauma that's happened probably many years ago. But whatever this is has brought it. As I said, it could have been falling in love, has kind of made you once and for all want to look at it. So the 10 of wands is showing the kind of, you're getting to the point where you're going to want to start to respond to some of these things. You're going to want to start to display on the surface. You're going to want to show and manifest and act differently, i.e. that may be talking and communicating about these feelings of isolations that you've been feeling. And it's related to this, yeah. You know, this is what I feel. It is about romance. You know, I didn't even talk about this card. Sorry, the card at the base of the reading is the 4 of wands. This wanted to be the first card out, so you understand that this is what all this energy is built on. You know, it's built on this kind of this knowing, this understanding of what you do want, what your foundations are when it comes to feeling secure, when it comes to feeling supported, or in a relationship, etc., in a commitment, in a connection, you understand now that what that is. You're understanding what that is. So it's this is kind of what's underpinning all of these energies. So for some of you, I feel like it's a new relationship, or a relationship that you've been in for the past 4 months or whatever, that's kind of bringing about these things. So look, we see that you know, this 10 of wands is being brought about by the 10 of cups. Okay, so as I said, you're in a really good place. Like your relationship's great, you know, or you're feeling romantic, and you know, there's new romantic energies in your life, but it's this new connection that you have. I feel like there's an actual connection for some of you, and you're not talking about your fears. You're not talking to your new partner about your fears, about your insecurities, about your past traumas potentially, and that's actually making you feel isolated. And I feel like clearly you can, because you should. Well, no, do you know what? I'm not even going to say that. You need to acknowledge what you're experiencing, and you need to accept your reality, and that's what you're doing. And ultimately, eventually, that is going to affect what you do on the outside. That's going to affect the things that you think and the things that you say and the actions that you take. So and that's what will happen anyway, regardless of whether I tell you to do it or not. So just kind of be where you're at, if that makes sense, and at least acknowledge and face up to that. And that's what you're doing. I feel that, and see that you're acknowledging it. Let's have a look. See, I mean, this is the thing, you know, if you see those cards, and this is kind of it's kind of like this is what it is going on for you. It's like on the surface, this is what's on the surface. A new love relationship, a new commitment, a new connection that you love and enjoy. That's what's on the surface. And it's this beautiful energy, this new person coming into your life, this new romantic experiences, these new feelings. It's this that's creating this stuff beneath the surface, yeah? And, you know, you're telling yourself, listen, I shouldn't say anything. What's driving these feelings for you is I should not speak my truth, because I should not express my truth, because I don't want to scare him or her off. I don't want him or her to think of me in this way or that way. I don't want them, so I'm just going to hold on to what I think. That's what you're currently in that space at the moment, right? Right. And that's a process for you, you know, because this for you, it will be different for everybody. Obviously, I don't know what we've all suffered in our life. We've all been through traumas, you know, romantically or not. And I just very interestingly had completely out of left field, a new mum, and a feeling of isolation within that situation. You're in a relationship, you're married, or you're with your partner, and you've just had a new child, a new baby, a bouncing little baby, and you are potentially experiencing difficult. You're finding it difficult. You're finding being a new mum difficult. You're finding that this difficult, and it is hard. I mean, mums are fabulous. They make it look so easy, but it's not easy. And every single mum will tell you that, even though they don't tell you that online. It's the truth, okay? I'm not a mum, but I know that. And this is like, you need to tell. Well, again, I shouldn't be telling you what to do, apart from to acknowledge your reality and to tell you the truth, okay? So this is for the new mum, or that specifically I'm speaking to, or if there's a few of you or whatever, you need to acknowledge, if you are struggling, there are people around you that can help you. Even, I guarantee you now, even if you think they're not, even if you're a single mum, you don't have no family, you don't have no friends, there are people around you in your immediate vicinity that can help you, that you can speak to, that you can unload on. Okay, you can express this too. So that's just a message that just came through very strongly for that. And as I said, for the rest of you, Leos, this is this love, this new love, this new passion, this birth of this child, of your baby. It's this situation that's brought about these feelings of strain, and you don't want to share that with your partner or with your family or whatever, with your friends. You're in that space of, I don't want to share it because I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to share it because I don't want to hurt them and upset them. And you're kind of still kind of in that energy. This is a different energy though with the Wands energies, because you're starting to feel defensive now. So that might mean that this is how it starts to come out, okay? Because as I said, it's going to happen. Your truth, you know, nature will out, right? So what's within is going to come out. Regardless of, it happens. It's a natural process of transformation, okay? Completely compassionate and completely necessary for you and for all of us. And this is what I feel, this defensiveness in this energy. So that means that if someone maybe asks you, oh, how are you getting on with a new baby, or how are you getting on in a relationship, you might actually be defensive. You might be kind of just really closed down and really kind of just like not saying anything. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, this is that type of energy that we're feeling, very, very, very defensive about it. Some of you, maybe it's just, you've just got married and it's the same thing, you know, it's like, it's the happiness that's bringing up what's old in the past. You know, you have this trauma, but what we said right at the beginning is that your feelings of isolation, I've just seen this card because it flipped over. What we have, what we saw right at the beginning is that your feelings of isolation are being driven by your opinion, perspective, judgment that you're helping this situation. You think that by keeping it to yourself, by keeping your trauma to yourself, you're helping this situation. That's what you think, that's what you believe currently. But actually, the reason, that's just your ego talking, right? Because, and by ego I mean our deluded consciousness. And the reason that you're actually not saying anything to your partner or to your friends or to your family is because you're afraid of what seeing this will look like, of what exposing this will look like. That's what this shows. And so you're holding on to what you know. I mean, she's holding on to what she knows. She's holding on to what's within. Again, divine feminines are about understanding what's within. And this is about discovering that understanding. And, you know, usually the divine masculine would build on it. So the king would say, okay, I know what I feel, I know what I know what I want, and now I'm going to go out and build it. I can do the things to build that. The divine feminine is about understanding and what is within, and they don't speak, they don't act, they try to get us to act, and that's what's going on. Ultimately right now, your divine feminine side, your deeper understanding is trying to get you to see and recognize all of this, and I'm here to help. Clearly. Okay, let's look at what is going on, what your outcomes are going to be. This is the Five of Swords. I saw that flip over. Okay, so we've got some good. Okay, this is what I like to see. This is what I like to see. And the reason I say good is because we have this energy of the 10 of Wands, and then obviously now we have the Ace of Wands. So the outcome is we start the month, okay, by holding everything in, by feeling isolated, by restricting ourselves, and by the end of it, this is kind of out on display. What we know is going to be put on display. What is felt, because it's Wand energy. What is felt energetically will be seen on display. So that could come out in the, you know, so what is felt energetically is going to be opened up. You know, he's going to be seen, he's going to be shown, he's going to be displayed. But in this instance, because of the feelings of vulnerability that you feel with this Page of Cups, for some of you, yes, this is again this new wife or new husband, and new children, you know, new marriage. So newlyweds or a new parents, you know, energy here as well, for sure. It's definitely coming through. But yeah, there's feelings of vulnerability anyway that you're experiencing. Can I kind of, you know, can I show this? Can I say this? Can I display this? Things are going to be coming out, if you will. What's understood, what's known, what's felt. But there could be sort of aspects of conflict because you're feeling defensive. Just recognize that that's necessary. You know, recognize that it's necessary, but it's only but recognize that it exists because we do this. Okay, and this is karmic for us. You know, you've got your lessons just like I've got mine. All of us have our lessons, and we have to learn how we think, the things that we tell ourselves, the things that we hold on to, the things the doors that we keep closed within our minds and within our hearts. You know, when we are triggered, and in this instance, the triggering is just trying to kind of, I suppose, I feel like it's just natural, normal life, responding to each other. Okay, so I feel like, I just want to quickly clarify this energy of the Five of good. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there's healing and there's moving forward. Okay, so we see that. I just wanted to see this Five of Swords. This is action and movement. Page of Wands can also relate to messages and messengers. Pages are also active masculine energies, so it's moving. You're responding to how you feel. You can't control how you feel. That's just That's just nature. You can't control how you feel. And I feel good about it because it's clear that healing is going to be taking place for you in the month of June when it comes to this situation. And hopefully by the end of it, you won't feel as isolated as you do at the beginning of June, because you're actually in a really lovely situation. And it's only the fact that you think that you can't share and think that you shouldn't say that's actually making you feel this strain so heavily. But once you share that, once you start to kind of open up a little bit, it's gonna happen this month for sure. This is part of the healing process, and this is going to be something that ultimately by the end of the month of June you're going to be feeling a lot more stable and secure about. Okay, my darlings, thank you so much for being here, Leo. Your next reading will be next month, in the month of June, okay, in 4 weeks time. And keep an eye out on my channel because I will be doing an announcement on the new business venture and brand that I will be launching soon after my business meeting on Friday. Okay, so keep an eye on this. Okay, my lovelies, have a wonderful June, and I'll see you all again in about 4 weeks time for your brand new reading. Take care, my darlings. Bye.